It's been a few years since the CHR graced Toyota's lineup, but it's back, and better in so many different ways. But before we get into this preview, do us a favor and hit those like and subscribe buttons below to get all of our latest content. Now, besides the obvious change for style, there's also another huge change. It's all electric now. But let's go into how it looks first. First up is the front. It's starting to adopt Toyota's hammerhead design with these kind of split headlights and a little more beveled and angled shape. Personally, I think it looks a lot better than Toyota's previous direction, which had those really huge oversized grills. This is more modern, more tamed down, and I think way more attractive. You know, the difference is it's 5 inches longer, with most of it in the wheelbase, which is the distance between the front and rear axles. That should open up more space for rear passengers and for cargo. Next up, we have this all-electric powertrain, which, oh my God, is a godsend compared to the last CHR. This one has 338 horsepower, standard all-wheel drive, and combined this, you get this from 0 to 60 in only 5 seconds. That's less than half the time it took for the last CHR, which is closer to 10 or 11 seconds. So this is going to be a rocket compared to the previous generation. It draws all of its power from a 74.7 kilowatt hour battery that's in the floor, and that should result in about 290 miles of EV range on a single charge. The other notable change is they're using a NACS port, which is sort of the Tesla receptacle for charging rather than the traditional CCS. That means it'll be more forward compatible than the CCS chargers. It's also capable of level 1 or 2 AC charging up to 11 kilowatts. One way it helps you charge is it can precondition the battery if you're on a road trip so that you can plug in and get the best charge rate once you get there. It's also capable of plug and charge, which means you literally just plug it in and start charging rather than having to use an app for every different charge network you use. It's a huge convenience. As with a lot of EVs, you can use your smartphone app to control when you charge and what the charge rates are, so you can get the best rate and get the best return for your buck. Now, initially, the CHR will be available in SE and XSE trim levels. Both come with this massive 14-inch infotainment touchscreen and paddle shifters so you can adjust how much brake regeneration you have. However, I don't think you'll be able to get true one-pedal driving. Much like the larger Toyota BZ, this comes with 2 wireless phone chargers as standard. But like the BZ, I think it's sort of a poor use of space. I think they could have made them little slots that phones slide into rather than these that kind of just take up all the real estate and leave you without a lot of storage pockets. That said, I'm just happy that they have 2 wireless chargers anyway. Also included is a standard digital instrument panel, which is right in my driver's sight line. Really, it's as good as having a head-up display. And this touchscreen here is also right in my sight lines, which means it won't be nearly as distracting as some of the other screens that are mounted lower in the dash. Now, speaking of the dash, it's really quite attractive. It's horizontally oriented, and it just increases the sense of width on the inside. I also like the materials that they're using. They're all synthetic, and they have this nice modern feel about them. When it comes to storage, well, you've got these 2 moderately sized cup holders, which really aren't that big, but you do have this double-sided, double-hinged armrest bin. The problem for me, and just like the BZ, it tends to rattle a little bit, so I'm not sure how much noise it's going to make on a bumpy road. There's also a nice bin down here underneath the center console, which is good because there's no glove box. Now, these front seats are really nice and comfortable, and there's a surprising amount of side bolstering, which I kind of equate to a sports car. Overall, it just kind of cradles me in really nicely, but more importantly, I love the material they use. It's this soft, almost velour-like, and I haven't seen that in the car in decades. Elsewhere, when it comes to materials, it's about what you'd expect for any subcompact budget SUV. There's a lot of hard plastic, especially here in the center console, but where you're gonna more commonly come in contact with, it's nicely padded. Again, with this rattle. You hear that, right? Now, this particular CHR is the top XSE trim, and it gets 20-inch wheels and these Softex suede seats, which I really love, power passenger seat adjustments, driver's seat memory, a digital mirror, and a few extra driver assist and safety features. These include traffic jam assist, which combines adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist to reduce some of the burden of driving when you're in traffic. It also has lane change assist, which just gives you safe lane changes that are automated. In addition to those driver assists, you also get a surround view monitor. Here in this top trim, we also have the 9-speaker JBL premium audio, but the other trim level gets a 6-speaker Toyota system. When it comes to space, subcompact SUVs are a little hit and miss with me. Now, I'm 5'10", sitting behind the driver's seat, which is set for me, and I'm pleasantly surprised to say I have enough room. A little bit of headroom to spare and a little bit of knee room as well. There's not a lot of space under the front seat to slide my feet under, but I still have just enough room to stay comfortable, although the seat cushion is a little bit lower than I'd prefer. But I'd rather have that than lose out on headroom. And here in the center, we have an armrest with 2 moderately sized cup holders and a nice slot for your cell phone. And here on the center console, we have 2 USB-C charge ports and air vents. We don't have separate climate controls back here, but that's not really expected in this class. The CHR can hold up to 25.4 cubic feet of cargo, which is pretty good for a subcompact SUV. Helping matters is underfloor storage here for your charge cables and other items, as well as some nice handy hooks here to keep your groceries from splaying out all over the place. And there's also this handy household power outlet. Overall, this is a really strong second act for the CHR, so much so that I think they could have actually named it something different because it is so much better. Now, we don't have pricing yet, but we should have those closer to the on-sale date, which is the beginning of 2026. But what do you think? Is there a CHR in your future, or perhaps are you looking for the larger BZ? Let us know what you think in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below, and we'll see you in the next review.